Let's see. I wonder if we're live. Let me know if we are. Ray confirmed that we're live. Wonderful. Welcome. And hello, good evening. It's good to be with you again. It's really good. I just checked and it's actually exactly 2 months since my last live stream. Time flies, eh? But this location should be familiar to you. It's the usual starting point here in Tamagawa. And yeah, I will start off easily, a smooth start, an easy start with a little evening walk here in my local neighborhood. So yeah, the first walk for this season after my summer break, which I spent in Sweden as usual. Actually came back to Japan almost 2 weeks ago. On Wednesday it will be 2 weeks, but it's still so hot, like it's crazy. And I'm completely unable to do anything during the daytime. So yeah, I had been hoping that I could have, start streaming and start shooting videos as soon as I got back here, but man, it's really, really hot. It's like 35, 37, 38 degrees in the daytime still, which is pretty awful. So now that's why I'm doing an evening stream, because at least after sunset, look, my watch still says that it's 31 degrees right now. I'm already soaked in sweat, but at least it's a little bit better compared to in the daytime. So we'll see how for how long I manage to walk tonight. I have this idea that it would be nice to do a kind of longish walk, since it's my first one and I've been craving to do this for so long. But we'll see how far I can go, for how long my energy lasts. Yeah, thanks everybody for the kind comments, and thanks Yari, 55 months of membership, wonderful. そう、東京に戻ってきました。ほぼ2週間前戻ってきましたけど、やっぱりこの暑さで何もできない。特に昼はずっとなんか動けない。本当に体ももう慣れてないから。So like, I guess those people who spent the entire summer here in Japan, they have probably adjusted a little bit to this weather, to this heat. But since I was in Sweden where it was like 20 degrees or so in the daytime in the last couple of weeks. So my body is completely like, yeah, this is the hottest I've experienced this year so far, and my body hasn't adjusted to it at all. A 16-hour live stream, not sure about that. Maybe. That would take a lot of super chats for me to have that to get that kind of motivation. But should never say never. Never say never. I also feel that my English is a bit rusty, or it just feels weird to talk to you like this, since I haven't done it for so long. Like usually I talk with other people in front of me and I get some sort of response. Now it's just me and this screen, which does make me feel a little bit awkward again, but we'll see. So you're staying for good. I don't know, I don't understand the question. I live in Japan. Staying for good? I don't know. But for now I'm living in Japan. I've been living here since I came back in February. Trying to default to Swedish or Japanese more. Well, it's been a lot of Swedish, and also now my daughter's Swedish is so good. I was just playing with her before I went out for this walk. So yeah, Swedish is kind of my default mode still, I think. but that will probably change soon. Okay, Alan and Ayumi, glad you could pop by and say hi anyway. So now we're of course on the old Shotengai, the old shopping street in Futaku Tamagawa, the old side of Futaku Tamagawa, which hasn't been renewed, the side that I like the most. You're more than welcome to only speak Swedish if that's more comfortable. I don't know, speaking Swedish while streaming is completely new experience for me. I don't think I would be so comfortable doing that. With it being so hot during the day, you're not doing photo shoots for now. No, I haven't done any outdoor photo shoots since coming back. I actually had a big commercial job for 3 days last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think I can tell you the client. I think I'm allowed to. It was for Netflix, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, that was an indoor event. So family shoots, none yet. I'm starting to get bookings again now, but they're for later this year. So yeah, I don't have any family shoots scheduled this month. But then in October I have quite a lot, and November and December already. Photo shoots. I also have quite a few tours actually, full day tours that people have booked me for. So that's gonna be fun. So September is usually always a very quiet month, and of course summer is very quiet always. I actually had a little bit of work in Sweden this summer though, so that was nice. But yeah, it's basically 3 months in the spring and 3 months towards the end of the year. That's where like 80% of my work happens, 80-90% I think. So yeah, honestly I don't really have a plan as for where to walk tonight. One part of me wants to do the whole long walk to Seijo Gakuen Mae, which is like 1.5 hours in this direction. We'll see if I can do that. At some point I definitely also want to do a beer break tonight, because it's definitely beer weather. But yeah, another part of me is considering if I should walk that way and head towards yoga station instead, because it's very quiet if I walk that direction. Very, very quiet for most of the time, and I know that that's not what most of you want to see. So maybe I will try to stick to slightly busier streets and areas to make the walk a little bit more interesting for you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much. First super chat in 2 months. Of course it came from you. Thank you so much. Beer break, gari gari kun break. Yeah, maybe I should do both. We'll see. For now I'm kind of genki. I'm excited to have started this walk. So right now I should just focus on walking, and then when I start getting tired, we can do a little break somewhere. Yoga is always interesting in the evening. Yeah, it's not bad. So I think I will head there. That's the blinking, the red lights you see over there. That's the high-rise building on top of yoga station. So yeah, that will be my target for now. Then once we get there, we will see what the next step might be. Okay, tadaima. And thank you, Alexandru Lupotaru. Thank you so much for your super chat. Yeah, it's strange to be back. It was a lovely summer in Sweden this year, actually. We had a really good time. We were staying in a beautiful, beautiful 300-year-old house with a big garden, or not that big, but with a garden, which is something I've never experienced having before. So that was quite interesting. Let me think. Actually, if I'm going to yoga, let's go this way. I will try to stay on the slightly livelier streets, avoid the super quiet residential neighborhoods for now. Yeah, so we had a very nice time in Sweden. It was great on so many different levels. Was not super excited to come back to Japan, to be honest. But I don't know, now that the job requests are starting to come in and the temperatures are slowly starting to drop, I think about 2 weeks from now it will start getting somewhat comfortable outside. And now doing my first live stream, I can slowly feel excitement returning to me somewhat. This is actually a pretty nice little crossing. I think this could be a potential thumbnail, so let me just get a few shots here. There we go. Okay, now we're back on the Shotengai actually. Here's a very old supermarket that has been probably around since, I don't know, since the beginning of this street's existence. Lots of the products too, it's very old school, very like Showa style. I will ask my wife, who grew up around here, if that shop was around when she was a kid. Yeah, this week's supposed to be typhoon week. There was a typhoon about to hit Tokyo. What was that, 2-3 days ago? But then it just, like, it changed course. So we didn't really get that much of it. There was a bit of rain. There was like one day with constant rain until the afternoon or so. And then it suddenly like just cleared up and the weather became super nice. Have you seen photos of Luna yet? Ah, you mean the new family member of Daniel and Yuka? Yes. I've seen photos, but I haven't met her in person yet. Wow, that's some pretty badass lens flare. Oh, look at it, it's a cat bus. Look at the cat ears. That's cute. Kitty International School. I don't think I've seen that one before. There are quite a lot of international schools around here actually. And I'm familiar with many of the names, but Kitty International School? Don't think I've heard that. Doesn't sound super trustworthy. Brandon, I heard something about a job with Netflix. Yeah, I did a photo shoot for them last week. Yes, Daniel and Yuka, I really want to see you guys, meet you, entire family. I hope Kyle will be dispatched soon and that there are no complications. See, where are we now? Okay, we're close to Tamagawa Jinja, the shrine here where we've been a couple of times for Hatsumode, the first shrine visit of the year. We usually go to the shrine up here. Now there's a little bit of a quiet residential area coming up, but not super long. We will hit livelier streets soon again. I always like this mansion. I don't know, it's so dark now, maybe you can't see it, but it has this kind of like staircase design with big balconies for everybody. Must be a pretty good place to live. Oh, so this has been an empty piece of land. Over there you can see the high rises in Futako Tamagawa, by the way. This has been an empty piece of land for quite a long time. It looks like they're building something there now. Oh, and one thing, so it's very hot, but also I did not really move around or do much exercise this summer, so my stamina is even worse. I'm probably in worse shape now than I've ever been since I started this channel. So apologies in advance if you hear me a lot of huffing and puffing from me. I like these quiet Tokyo streets at night. Yeah, me too. I mean, I love doing evening walks in this city. It's always such a lovely experience. Good dog. I defeated the hill. Also hope you can hear me well. I'm using my external mic today. Hope the sound quality is good. Hope it's close enough to my mouth so that you can hear me well. This is a very nice residential area, by the way. Lots of quite big houses around here. Land prices here are not cheap. Yeah, I have to walk off those köttbullar. And of course you have the typical Japanese relaxed use of the park anywhere button, using the hazard lights. People use that a lot here in Japan, much more than in Sweden. A few long walks will sort out my stamina. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Once the temperatures drop a little bit, I hope to get back into the habit of walking. And it's so ironic because, like I said, I don't have too much work this month, so I was really hoping to do a lot of live streams now when I got back, but it's the hottest summer ever, which is the case every summer, it feels like, but it's just summer season gets longer and longer every year. So this is one of my weather apps. Here you have, like, for the coming 2 weeks. So you see the temperatures will drop a little bit, but even like 2 weeks from now we will still be close to 30 degrees. But yeah, there's a little drop around here after the 20th. So I hope at least by then I can start doing daytime walks as well. But now it's just impossible. Even just going to the convenience store like 1 minute from our house is like an exhausting effort, and it makes me want to take a shower afterwards because I get soaked in sweat you think you will rejoin a gym now that you're back? I would like to. I mean, I started going to a gym when I was living in Sweden, and I kind of enjoyed that. And I also felt that it did make me feel better in so many different ways. So I would like to do that here too. The problem is just that everything is a little bit more difficult doing it in Japanese. Like ideally I want a gym that also gives me a little bit of sense of community. But yeah, maybe that's asking for too much. But yeah, I definitely need to start doing some sort of exercise regularly. New iPhone season is almost upon. That's right. It will be revealed tomorrow, right? Let's see if there are enough updates this year to make me feel like it will be worth getting the new one. I'm still on my 14 Pro Max, so that's what, 3 years old now? Miss T will miss her beer belly pillow. I don't know if Miss T cares much about it, but maybe my daughter would care about it. She turned 5 a month ago, by the way. Happy birthday to her. She's a big girl now. A little 5-year-old. She is so much fun to be with these days. And it finally feels like her terrible tooth is starting to wear off. And she's actually becoming slowly but surely a pretty decent person to hang out with. That's a lot of fun. So over there is Kinutakoan, one of my favorite parks. I actually went there with my daughter yesterday. I've been there on many live streams too. I'm not going to go there now because it's just dark and not a very fun place to stream from. So instead I will cross this street and continue walking towards Yoga Station, which, as you can see, we're getting closer. Happy birthday, Minnie. Yeah, thank you. I've actually, now she's kind of really aware of the fact that I have a YouTube channel and that I make walking videos and photography videos. So I've actually told her that I will let her join me sometime. Here's Futako Beer. I see. Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's yeah, our local little craft beer brand. Didn't know that this is where they brew it. So I've been to a lot of shops that sell that beer, and it's actually quite good. But they have a little tap room here. I need to go and try that out sometime. Yeah. So anyway, my daughter will probably join me on a walk. Probably not a live walk, because then she would just probably jump in front of the camera and make funny faces to you. And I don't really feel like exposing her to the rest of the world just yet. But maybe I will take her on a little, when I shoot a pre-recorded walk at some point. That's my plan. Ray, thank you for the belated birthday, girl, and a bit for yourself. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you. I wonder if this house is new. It almost looks like it, and I can't remember. I mean, I don't cross this bridge that often. I don't really remember this building. Might be new. Let's see, what are you saying? Snowy says, hey, just got back from Tokyo with the family. It was so hot during a 2-week holiday, but I love the humidity and summer sound of cicadas. And love your streams. Keep up the awesome streams. Thank you very much. I'm surprised to hear that you love the humidity, but to each their own, I guess. I really hate this humidity, but I love the fact that there are still coin-operated phones, though. That's something I love about Tokyo, more than the humidity. But again, to each their own. No, it's not my apartment. Not sure if I want to live here. I mean, it's nice, it's newly built and all that, but it's next to one of the busiest streets in Tokyo. This street is always packed with cars and very often congested. So that's not really that great. In other way, everything else is pretty nice though. Location is not too bad, nice, close to one of the best parks, close to yoga, which is a nice neighborhood, close to, yeah, a lot of things, but don't want to live next to one of the busiest streets in Tokyo. No thanks. Mini on a walk. I want to say that could be fun, cool, and interesting, but yeah, on the other hand, I don't have any expectations. Yeah, we'll see. I'm also been thinking about taking her on a little day trip to Takao-san sometime soon. I think she's big enough for that now, and I think she could enjoy that. Maybe I can do a little vlog, TE and Mini on a day trip to Takao. That could be a pretty sweet video. I love the narrow roads of these. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, they're very much a feature of Tokyo and Japanese cities. Not sure if I would be so comfortable driving here myself though. And I don't really like the fact that there are no proper sidewalks on most streets. But they can be quite cozy. Is the mic picking up the ambient sounds? Can you hear the insects? I love this soundscape actually. This is the sound of Japanese summer, and that's probably one of the best things about Japanese summer, if you ask me. These sounds, these insects. Suzumushi, I think they're called. One of them at least. How tall is Minnie right now? Slightly above your knee? Oh, no, no, no. She's tall enough to bury her face in my belly if she's standing in front of me. She's a big girl. She's also taller than most other kids her age. So, yeah, slightly above my knee. That was like, what, 3 years ago maybe? I have to admit that I'm tiny bit lost. Just a tiny bit. I think I know where I am. I have a rough idea, but I'm not sure exactly which direction I am heading right now and if that's the right one. Oh, okay. So there's the tower, there's the station. So I'll just head out to this main street and then turn left. Yeah, I remember the streams where T was carrying a sleeping Minnie. Yeah, I remember that one, those times too. Yeah, that was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, time flies. Can't believe that I'm still doing this. So Mini's actually at a piano lesson right now. She's been taking piano lessons since about half a year ago. This is the first one she's having since we came back. Let's see how it's going for her. She's not super excited about it. Not sure if she will continue doing it. We just wanted to let her try it, and if she's not thinking, she's not enjoying it, we'll probably stop doing it. And also since this autumn, or since last week, she's actually also enrolled in the Swedish school in Tokyo, which is quite nice. So there are a bunch of kids meeting once a week for a couple of hours every time to talk Swedish and learn a bit, study a bit about Sweden and Swedish culture and language. That's a good way for her to keep up her Swedish skills, and also I think it will be a lot of fun for her to socialize with other kids that shares her relatively unique ethnicity. So first time was last week and she had a good time. So I think that's more important than the piano lessons. But if she wants, she can do both. We're getting closer to the station. It's just a few more blocks up this way. In your opinion, is life in Sweden more comfortable or in Japan? It's a very difficult question, and it's a subject that I've been trying to find the answer to for several years now without really coming to a conclusion. Both countries have their own pros and cons that are very different. Japan has been great. I've really enjoyed living here this far, but since becoming a dad, my way of thinking has changed a bit, and suddenly there's another person who is more important than myself, and I guess also the fact that I'm getting older is playing into this. But so if I could take the life that I have here in Japan, and with regards to like work, economy, those kind of things, if I could just take that and transfer it all to Sweden, I probably would, and my wife feels the same, but unfortunately that's not really the case, and it's the other way around. It's thanks to the fact that we are here in Japan that we can live this life that we're living now, that we both can kind of make a better than average living from what's essentially our hobby, like photography, and the fact that Japan has a relatively low cost of living compared to Sweden also plays into that. So if we were to move to Sweden, we would have to make a lot of compromises on those things, which we tried last year, and we kind of realized that we were not maybe willing to make those compromises. We're still kind of considering a move to Sweden in the future, but now we kind of know more what it takes and that we need to prepare a little bit better compared to last time. And on the whole, the most important thing is that I still think that Sweden is a better place for my daughter. Japan, or I shouldn't say Japan, I should say Tokyo. Tokyo is crowded, it's busy, it's a lot of traffic, it's noisy. Nature is, I mean, there are nice parks, but Sweden is like you're basically, even if you're living in Stockholm, you have like real nature just around your corner, which is something I value very highly. And also the fact that the air is cleaner and it's not so crowded. Those things means quite a lot. Someone said, why not buy a house in both Sweden and Japan? Problem solved. Well, we're kind of thinking about that. We are getting tired of like having to live in different places every time we go to Sweden. We would really like to have our own place there, which is not out of our reach. But the thing is that Mini, she will start school in in less than 2 years. And when she starts school, the longest we can be away from Japan will be like 1 month during the Japanese summer holiday, if we stay in Japan. So, you know, even if we have a house in Sweden, we have to choose where we have like the base of our life, and that would still have to be in Japan in that case. So if it was just me or just me and my wife, then we would have much more flexibility. We could probably spend close to half the year in Sweden, but not with a school child. Then you have to choose. Stockholm Explorer. Well, there is already the TE in Sweden channel that I've been running for over a year now. Is Japan doing anything about the declining birth rate? I'm pretty sure a lot of people who love Japan and Japanese culture are concerned about it. Is Japan doing anything about it? Difficult question. They are. I mean, it's a big issue that's always on the agenda to some extent, and there's been a lot of changes just in the last couple of years since Mini was born. For example, they introduced things like free daycare, and I think also, since this year I think all daycare is free from 0 years old. In our case, it was free from the year Mini turned 3, and that was also relatively new, introduced just a few years ago. But now they expanded that even further. So they are doing things like that, but I don't think it's enough. And I mean, even Sweden has a very low birth rate, and Sweden has, you know, some of the most generous support systems in the world when it comes to raising children, like free education all the way up to university, and long parental leaves, and free healthcare, and a lot of things. But still, even though we have all those things, people don't want to have children. So maybe it's not just a matter of economics. So it's a very tough question. And is Japan doing enough? They're doing something. Is it enough? No, it's not. Where are the mosquitoes worse? Sweden or Japan? I'm not really having any problems with them in either location, to be honest. Now I'm kind of thinking where I should go. Now I know where I'm gonna go. Now it's soon time for that beer break. I feel I'm getting thirsty. Yeah, they're fine. I mean, well, my wife is very sensitive. She gets mosquito bites, and her mosquito bites turn into really big, red, swollen things. She's suffering, I would say, equally in both countries. There are mosquitoes in both countries, and I can't say it's worse in either of them. Yeah. Thank you, Asri, for that. What is that? 100,000 super chat? I don't know the currency, but thank you very much. I have no idea how much it is, but thank you regardless. Let's see, did we get any other fun questions in the chat? That she's having philosophical talks about it, but how are her experiences being multilingual, multiracial? You're talking about my daughter, I guess. I don't know if she has any opinion about it. I mean, to her it's so natural. She's been spending every summer in Sweden since she was born, and I've been talking Swedish to her all the time, so I think she's too young to have any kind of opinion about it. But personally, I feel that the fact that she's adjusted so well and that she feels equally at home in both countries and playing with local children in both countries, I feel that that's a huge achievement for me and something that I'm very happy about and very proud of her. And it's very, very important to me that she has this Swedish connection. If she, like, I know a couple of families here in Japan who are also, like, the parents are Swedish Japanese, but their kids are just monolingual, and to me that's kind of, I don't really understand it, because for the sake of their children, I mean, giving them the opportunity to choose in the future where they want to live their life and being able to speak the language. Like, I feel if you're living in Japan and you have a Swedish parent, if you don't learn Swedish when you're a small child, you're not very likely to ever learn it. In the case of Swedish, it's different if it's English, but Swedish I don't think you will learn if you don't learn it at an early age. So yeah, I feel sorry for those kids, and I feel very happy and proud that I made sure that my child is not one of them. Now I'm gonna get a beer. I will tell you a fun story about this beer when I'm done paying for it. Or a fun story, it's not a fun story. But I actually drank this at a ramen restaurant in Stockholm a few weeks ago. That was kind of interesting. That's the story. That's all there is to it. Okay. So, I was thinking sit down somewhere here and drink my beer, but maybe it's a bit too quiet. Ramen shop in Stockholm about a month ago now. Both I was there with my family and my wife also. She was really impressed with the quality. It's very tasty. So I should mention their name. They're called Tonari Ramen. They're located on Södermalm in Stockholm. And they had really nice ramen. And they also served this beer, which I of course had because this is a nice IPA, which I quite enjoy. Brandon, Mr. Beginning, how long has he been back in Japan? I came back on Wednesday, it will be 2 weeks. So I've been back for a while already, but it's just too hot to do anything meaningful in the daytime. And yeah, that's why this is my first live stream. I guess I can just sit down here. Bye. Family Mart is for single. What do you mean by that, Candy Brown? Only singles shop at Family Mart? What else are you saying? Oh, that's a good beer. This kind of temperature makes beer very tasty. That's for sure. ビール美味しいですか？美味しい美味しい。めっちゃ美味しい。It's so good, I'm almost wondering if one beer will be enough. So are you guys able to hear the ambient sounds? The cicadas and whatnot? This is a very cozy place for a beer break, actually. I like it. Some of us had been gathering on the live chat in your fade last night's stream. Yeah, so sorry about that. I really wanted to do a stream last night, but yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, so last night I scheduled a live stream and I also posted on Patreon that I'm going to do a live stream soon. Please come join me. About like 1 hour or so before I was planning to start. And then what happened was that I was alone with her all day yesterday and was supposed to my wife was about to come home and take over being with her and so that I could get a bit of free time and so that I could stream with you. But for some reason Mini really didn't want me to go. Like she had almost a meltdown and she was very sad in a way that I don't know, I just couldn't leave her like that. And also because of that, I don't know how many of you viewers have children, but when your child is sad, that's a very tiring and exhausting feeling. And I was already tired and exhausted before that happened. But then that kind of became the drop that kind of made a whole, my tiredness and fatigue from the day go overboard. So in the end, Mini was okay. And in the end, my wife was like, yeah, you should go out and stream. But I just felt like I don't have any energy left to do that now. So in the end, I had to postpone the stream. So this stream has actually been alive since last night. So yeah, that's that's why it happened tonight instead. But I think that was a wise decision, because now I'm relatively genki and I'm really enjoying this walk. And once I finish this beer, I'm ready to continue walking for a while longer. So that's good. Yeah, good to hear that some of you viewers are also bilingual. Yeah, like, I mean, in Sweden everybody's bilingual. Like, everybody speaks Swedish and English, and most people speak even third language. So being monolingual to me is like, it's almost like a handicap. It must make your life very boring. I mean, sure, if it's English, which is like the world's second language, you are not really missing out on much, but can't imagine like only knowing Japanese, only being able to make use of the Japanese part of internet, for example. You must be missing out so much. And yeah, or same if you're like German or French, like a lot of people there also only speak one language. To me, it's yeah, it's almost it's a handicap, I would say, and I definitely don't want to give that handicap to my daughter. So, 150 viewers, 153 even. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That's actually more than I was hoping for after this long break. Glad that so many of you are still subscribed to my channel and that you decided to tune into this stream. Now let me just think a little bit. I am not sure where to go from here. Let me take a look at the map. Yeah, 1,000 viewer face reveal still up for grabs. Let me see maps. There we go. So we are here now. Yoga. Could continue this way towards Sakurashinmachi. The other option would be to walk this way towards Shitose Funabashi, but that would make my trip back home quite complicated. So I think I will go I will aim for Sakurashinmachi today. That's not too far from here. Let's do that. We can walk down this way. Sorry, I'm walking a little bit in circles now, but hopefully it will be worth it. What happened? Could you justify as a business expense the subscription model for Prism Live? Yeah, I could definitely take that as a expense. Is that, did they change their terms? I didn't know. But yeah, if I have to pay to use Prism, I would do that because it's essential to my live streams. Grumpy old geezer, Japan's population will decrease at an alarming rate coming decades. Decreasing with almost 1 million. Yeah, it's almost 1 million people every year right now, and that will just continue accelerating. So it's bad. It's kind of interesting that I came to Japan in 2008, and that was the year where the population peaked. That was the last year when the population was still growing. Since then, it's been going downhill more and more for every year. Oh, Jenny, thank you so much. Coffee time for next walk. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I'm sorry to say, but like that's also one of the reasons why I want Mini to be able to choose between Sweden and Japan in the future, because I'm not sure what the state of Japan will be like when you know she becomes an adult, what the economy will be like, if it's still this safe and wonderful country that it is right now. I mean, at some point it's going to be very difficult to uphold just the basic kind of services and infrastructure when the population is declining like that. And yeah, so it's very sad to see, but it's also shogunai. It's not I can't do anything about it. Let's see what else are you saying. Not so much. Check, okay. But still at 67%, that's nice. Tokyo Explorer, would you still be willing to do a live stream focusing on cameras and photography in the future? Yeah, to be honest, I'm still not sure about the future of this channel and my YouTube efforts. I was hoping that I could kind of spend some serious time about it, thinking about it when I was in Sweden, and maybe come back here with some sort of new plan. But I didn't really have much time to do that this summer, and I'm still kind of debating what the next step should be. I really enjoy these chill live streams and these walks with you, and I will continue doing that for as long as I can. But the sad reality is that the channel does not really give me the, I don't know, before I got not a lot of money from it, but enough to kind of motivate me and keep doing, make it feel like it was worth to keep on doing it. Since this year, that's not really longer the case. Now I'm only doing it because I enjoy it immensely myself, and there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but there's also the balance of, you know, I have a limited number of hours in every day, and should I spend more of those hours doing things that actually gives me a bit of a more substantial financial reward. So I think that there are lots of things I could do that would be more interesting to more viewers than these random walks. And I'm tempted to do that and try that, but it also takes a lot of time and energy and effort to get started, and I'm struggling with that. So I don't know. Is there a future for photography? People can now convert any bad photos using AI. I'm not worried about AI taking my job as a photographer, doing the things that I do. I think there are some parts, some aspects of photography that are more realistically under threat. I think a lot of like stock photography, for example, might be able to be replaced with AI soon enough. But yeah, personally, I'm not too worried about it. Let's see, what else are you saying? Hot take. I do think the population issue can somewhat be fixed, but the government just won't stop making it worse. Maybe. I mean, So for example, like I said, Sweden also has a very low birth rate, but it's being made up, it's being compensated for by immigration, which is like the most easy way to make up for it, right? But that's a route that Japan is not very willing to take. I mean, immigration to Japan is increasing, but not as fast as it would have to in order to make up for the population loss. And I don't know, seeing how things are in many European countries, including Sweden, I'm not sure if a more generous approach to immigration would be like the best thing for Japan. But it's a very tricky question, and I don't know the answer. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, Neil, thank you very much. Here's a tip for you. Thank you so much for the super chat. As I always say, those super chats are really, really important to keep me motivated to do this. It means a lot. That's actually the difference between me actually losing money from doing these walks, or at least being able to break even. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. The YouTuber who also stay at Futako Tamagawa already started train line walk for Tokyo Metro line. Oh, I keep forgetting his name. Tokyo Live, no video. I keep forgetting the name of his channel, but yeah, okay. So he's also doing a train line walk. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, once the temperatures get a little bit cooler, I hope to do another train line walk myself. Now I'm actually a little bit lost again. I'm not sure if I'm on the right track for Sakurashinmachi. Oh, looks like I am. Okay, that's good. That's good. Tokyo Paul? No, that's not Tokyo Paul. He doesn't live in Futako Tamagawa. Can someone else? Yeah, something like Street Video. It's very difficult for me to remember the name of his channel, to be honest. Daytime temperatures are up here in Brisbane. Yeah, I can imagine. You are heading into the summer while we are slowly moving away from it. Yeah, Tokyo Paul is over in Edogawa. That's right, he's in eastern Tokyo somewhere. $161 viewers now, slowly increasing, and we just passed 1 hour of walking. Will we reach 200 viewers tonight? I wonder. Around 200 has been like about as much as I get these days, which is not a bad number. I'm still, you know, someone once told me, like, visualize that you have like 200 people walking behind you as you're doing this walk. And ever since I heard that, I can't stop thinking about that. Like being here as a group leader with 161 of you walking these quiet Tokyo streets at night. That's a fun way of looking at it. What's the temperature right now in Japan? Okay, so we did a little weather check in the beginning of the video. Let's do another one now. 30 degrees according to my watch. I honestly don't think that it's 30. I noticed that the Apple Watch kind of lags behind once the sun goes down and the temperature starts to drop. It takes a while. I have this other app which is usually a bit more accurate. Let's see, according to this one, Yahoo Weather, it's currently 29.5. Okay, well, it's hot. Humidity 83%. I'm soaked in sweat. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I've never ever walked around here before. Or around here I walked, but not on this street. I mean, we're pretty close to Bajikoan, which I believe should be a few blocks that way. But we are heading towards Sakurashinmachi, which is this way. Tomorrow iPhone 17 series is out. Yeah, let's see if they finally decide to put a larger camera sensor in there. That's something that would probably make me more interested, but I don't think that's gonna happen. $170 viewers now. I can't send out a super chat. I can't support tea. Is that so? Ooh, I just had another sip of the beer, and actually it's very lukewarm, and also it's not really carbonated anymore. That was pretty gross, actually. Why is that, Vidya? Why can't you give me a super chat? Something funky going on you at your end? $200 viewers, 1/5 face reveal. Maybe 200 viewers, sweaty forehead reveal. I think I'm on the right track for Sakurashinmachi now. Let's see. Looks like I'm on the right track. Good. So far I've seen most of T's face except for his bottom lip and chin, thanks to accidental face reveals. Yeah. I probably revealed most of my face. You can, if you're eager enough to see it, you can probably copy and paste, cut and paste from a lot of old videos and put it together, and you can see my real face. I'm pretty sure you can. Not sure if anyone would feel the need to do so, but if that person exists, I do think that it's possible. Yeah. What is this? Tokyo Ikeda Auditorium. Asoka Gakkai ka. It's this weird Japanese religious cult. I was wondering what that building was. I do like the mystery behind the voice, yeah. And of course, anyone joining me on Patreon can see all my old Patreon only streams in which I show my face, so that's probably less time consuming than picking up those bits and pieces from those old videos. Now it's a bit windy actually. Nice little Chinese restaurant. I think I should be at Sakurashinmachi station very soon. Even though this is so close to where I live, I'm not super familiar with this neighborhood. I know that it's a pretty popular place to live, but I still haven't really been able to wrap my head around why. I just don't find any kind of features of this neighborhood that makes it attractive to me. I guess the fact that it is just like 10 minutes from Shibuya, and that you still get this somewhat cozy local small town feel is a pretty strong argument. But then again, there are so many neighborhoods in Tokyo that kind of fulfills that criteria. So yeah, I don't know. Hello Clay. Hey. You keep posting photos from Tokyo and Japan on your social media. Are you still here, or are you just kind of going through your backlog of photos you took earlier? Good night, Neil. And Jenny, are you leaving too? Good night. Oh, you're in Seoul right now. Have you been in Asia all this time? What's this? It looks like, looks like a cool clothing shop that also has some stationery, DJ equipment, and fridge filled with 久しぶり。今ちょっとライブやってる。Oh, that's funny. Bumped into an old friend. That shop looked kind of interesting though. Kind of want to check it out at some point. A rather long vacation to avoid the turmoil at home. You're talking about the political chaos, right? Yeah, I understand. Let's see. So we are almost at the station, actually. Yeah, this is that new building just next to Futako Tamagawa station. There's an apartment for sale for Ichioku Sansen. Man, that's a lot of money. It's almost $1 million for 60 square meters. That is very expensive. 60 square meters, that's actually quite small. But the fact that it is really next to Futako Tamagawa station is probably very attractive to some people. Personally, I would not want to live next to the station because it generates a lot of noise. 60 square meters, well, for a family, I mean, I think it was a Sun LDK, like 3-bedroom apartment. And those are usually in the 70 something square meter range. Ours is 75, and I feel that it's kind of crammed. So 60 square meters, that's a pretty significant size downgrade compared to what we got. But it's fine if you're a couple, but not for a family. Anyway, we are close to Sakurashinmachi station, and I do think that I have to leave you here, because I don't know where I would walk if I continued walking, and I am really soaked in sweat. And even though I'm enjoying this walk a lot and I feel very energized right now, but I think I need to be a little bit careful because I am losing a lot of a lot of liquid. And look, I mean, what better place to end the walk than next to this gorgeous cone contraption, right? Why are modern buildings so ugly and expensive yet ugly and environment unfriendly? Not sure. I mean, ugly, I mean, that's quite subjective, if it's ugly or not. But one thing that I don't agree with is that they're environmentally unfriendly. At least our building is quite new. It's like 10-12 years old by now. But compared to all the other places I lived in Tokyo, in Japan, it's way more energy efficient. And that means a lot for the environment. So I'm not sure if it's that environmentally unfriendly. But anyway, whatever. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this walk as much as I did. And I'm a little bit, part of me want to continue walking, but I know that I will probably be very tired tomorrow if I do. And I should probably just conserve some energy and take you on another little walk sometime soon. So yeah, that will be it for tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all soon again. Bye bye, hejdå. Auf Wiedersehen und mata ne. Tschüss.